So here's the second part, and we were done with strength and fortitude, and now here we have our hangman and prudence, and then we have death. Okay, so we have these two. Okay, so the hangman is kind of a classic depiction of the hangman. We have actually multiple ropes here, but only one is attached to his ankle, so we can assume this is the one attaching it to him, and these are more metaphorical ones maybe. And he also has kind of this coming together of lines from his head going down. These are in light, so with the halo effect here we have the enlightenment representation of it. He's looking down from his perspective, but it's upright. I mean, he's looking at the sky, but because of his position, he's looking down at himself, basically at his body. This one, okay, so from an artistic point of view, I think this is stunning, like the rest of the deck. From an oracular point of view, from a Terra point of view, I don't necessarily like it, because as soon as I see it, I think about the if your hands offends you or offends the Lord, you cut it off or something like that. And this thing here seems almost like a skull on the ground, connected to the hand with a hole, a stigmata or something, from which a snake emerges. And we have both a man presenting a female, a woman presenting male and female faces. It's a weird one. Prudence, so being careful. Okay, the title I like. I like the idea of a card that's telling me to be prudent, to be careful, but I don't necessarily see it as an alternative for the hangman. And honestly, it bothers me. This is, are they going to try to cut the snake, or are they going to cut off their hand? Like, no, that's a no for me, dog. Death card, I like the kind of branches and wooden with the tiny moths here coming out from the skeleton. So we have death and rebirth, we have weapons, we have a child, we have a mask, we have people, corpses, sorry, so we have people, corpses, the child, the mask, we have this bust, so art, we have a crown, weapons, and here we have an actual tomb being opened, it seems, by a skeleton that's going to come up. So it's fun because it seems like that has just finished reaping all sorts of things from actual human lives and everything we humans create and deem important. And from the other side we have, to me it seems like a skeleton coming out from a grave, so the living that zombie, your skeleton as your actual super system, as your actual inner structure, and so your most inner truth being able to come out once everything has left room for it to do so. It's nice, and it's also nice the red of the drape here instead of a black. I feel it's more it doesn't feel like that is something that's coming for you. It feels like you have to take the side and cut off from your life what you no longer need. It speaks of maybe a little bit more control, or still be more participating in the process of death. And then we have rebirth with nigredo putrefactio. So the nigredo putrefaction, the first of the three, basically the three purifications in various esoteric philosophies. And here we have death as this bunch of skeletons here underground that are giving birth to these plants, which are birthing a person starting from another skeleton, like building it from the inside out. So we can suppose the wood build up the skeleton, and then the foliage, the moss maybe, is going to fill in the figure and give it body and give it the flesh, and maybe the flowers will be the skin. I don't know, but it's really nice. Then we have temperance. I like the idea of two blue, two red wings, one red, one blue hands. The contrast of the two elements that have to be mixed. Then we have the devil. Let's see if this, yeah, okay, so here we have two versions of the devil, and I'm pretty sure there is a third one. I know there is a third death in the expansion, and it seems there is a third devil in the expansion as well. So here we have a kind of classic devil, man and woman, which are our lovers characters. She's the more human looking one, and he's the man but without that sort of little crown. The devil here doesn't have his eyes, so are his eyes the ones in the Hierophant card, in the Pope card? Don't know. But he has his goat legs and horns, he has his bat-like wings, he has this snake wrapped around him, or is his tail, which looks like a snake, I don't know. But I like the face, which is kind of typical saint, or maybe even Moses. At least it reminds me of a classical depiction of a saint or Moses figure, either in paintings or statues. And they not sure. So have a pet peeve: the devil with boobs but no lower genitals. So I decided to believe he has kind of saggy pecs in here. While here we have a devil with no, I mean, he has something behind this, but it could be a throne or something. So I don't believe this depiction of the devil has wings, but they have the goat head, and they have the genitals, and maybe because they've changed a little bit the shadows here, but this seems more like a female breast than this one. Maybe I'm trying to convince myself, but I think these shadows here are a little bit different in color, so it helps in that way. And here we have BDSM participating female and male characters with the masks and sort of color to the devil's penis, which and to each other, because he has a chain that goes to her neck as well, so they're connected to each other, they're connected to the devil, and she has this sort of I can see really well, but it seems like she has another bond to the devil, but I don't really see it with him, or maybe it's just a part of her mini thong, I assume, and some it's, I mean, as a representation of the devil card, this is a mode, but I like it. It's clearly the devil, it's clearly sex manipulation and instinct and all sort of that. It can be difficult to look at, it can be scary, but it's also intriguing. I like it. Then we have our tower with an angel falling down here and a human, we can assume it's a human, doesn't have wings here, and we have the tower, and there is an inscription here. So we have the angel, we have the human, we have an inscription here, but I have no idea what it says, because I food no, let's just not do this to myself. But it's a clear towery tower. And then we have hubris, which, okay, this is clearly another tower moment. So we have an angel, he has wings, he also has a crown and a sword, and there are chains, and there's the lightning, and he's maybe falling down. Sorry, maybe it's falling down underneath the earth. So is this the fall of Lucifer? I don't know, but I mean, instead of having a tower being struck down, having an angel being plunged to the earth, it seems fitting for this card. And I like the title, Hubris. So this one I like. The star, very star-like. The moon, kind of classic, but there is a person here. Let's see. No, I don't think we have the bird, but no, we don't see nothing weird there. So here's the moon, and this is the alternative card for the moon. Okay, so the labyrinth. We have still a moon, we have someone looking at the exit of the labyrinth from its center. We have the head being connected to the moon, so as an inner travel to find our truth, it works. I like it. The sun, a lot of people. There is no naked children on horses, but we have a horse and a naked tiny angel, so I mean, kind of the same. The judgment with the goat Jesus with wings is kind of an not sure about it, but I really like the lower part of this card. So let's say I like the card as a whole. I will probably avoid looking at the Jesus Lamb of God thingy at the top. And then we have our world, which is world. It's a lot more Wombi, maybe fecundity related. I don't know why, but I feel it's like that. We have corpus, spiritus, anima. It's an interesting depiction of it. And then we have the universe card, which is the alternative for the world card. And so we have the kind of the egg shaped behind the figure, kind of more of a Hindu inspired being. We can still see 3 spheres, maybe 4. This intrigues me. I would like to spend more time with it. And we have the elements in the corners now that I've seen it. Okay, so here are the minors. The Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the other Two of Cups, and the other two. Okay, so yes, we have 3 versions of the Two of Cups, but it's basically the same depiction. The 3, 4, 5. I like the fact that he's pouring the other cup, so it's kind of more self-harming than just pain happening to you. The 6 of Cups is kind of, it's weird because it's wintry, so I don't feel like it's nice. I feel like it's stolen, it's needed. I don't I mean, yes, I can see there are 6 cups, but it doesn't seem happy enough for a 6 of cups. The 7 of cups, the 8 of cups, the 9, 10, the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. Then we have the ace of coins, the 2 with sunglasses. Funny, but honestly it doesn't really, I don't know why, but it doesn't really seem weird. I feel like it's weirder when they have actual reading glasses or like prescriptions looking glasses rather than this sort of thing. 3 of coins, 4 of coins, 5. See, with the snow and the bluish cold thing, like that 6 of cups kind of remind me of that. The 6 of coins, the 7, the 8 with the 3 coming from his lower abdomen or even his, so that's, I mean, that's a choice. Could have sense, symbolically speaking, but it's clearly an 8 of, sorry, no, wait. So, okay, no, we have 2 7s. Okay, so a more traditional and a more allegorical R-rated almost version of it. We don't know if the character is dead or it's just resting or is maybe passed out. Oh, curious. Then we have the 8, actual 8. Okay, so this makes more sense as an 8, and we have all sorts of different coins. We have pillars, we have sort of an elephant, I believe, a hammer, this almost looks like a safe door. This looks more like a bunch of leaves or some sort of symbols. A ladder, a cup, pentacle. This is interesting also. 9, really like the rest of the character, and the 10, page, knight, queen, and king. I like that it almost looks like he has some scarring on this leg, which is keeping stretched. So it's a really curious deck. It's a really beautiful, but the images are really interesting. So okay, the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the other 3 of Swords, which I'm honestly not sure which one of these two is better, but they are both clearly 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The page, which we can see clearly deeper and more intense coloration compared to the first edition. I'm convinced now that this is the first edition. Then we have the knight, the queen, the king, which seems to have a blind eye. Wait a second. So if I was right and the king of coins had scars on his leg and he has a blind eye, let's see the king of cups if he has something. Nope, seems he hasn't. Ace of wands, 2 of wands, 3 of wands, 4 of wands, 5 to 5 of wands. So this is kind of children playing. This is actual people, at least beating the loving bejesus out of each other. Speaking of Jesus, we have actual Jesus using the cross as a baton. This one with the sewn pieces, almost looks like a beautified version of Frankenstein monster. Six of Wands. I mean, yeah, I could see the Six of Wands here. I'm usually more. I'm used to a more happy-looking central figure. This this almost looks like he's kind of like devastated or traumatized by the experience. But I mean, as a Six of Wands, it works as a Six of Wands. The Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the other Eight of Wands. Here we have another case where there are these kind of missing pieces, almost like we are looking at frescoes. So it works.